Hello again, this is Nick Roach. We're outside on a rather cold winter's day. Again, I've moved the camera angle so the sun is, which is quite low, is coming this way, not staring right at it. But it is cold. I'm more wrapped up here. I know I could film these inside, but it's not as nice. I'm going to talk about realizing the master in the mirror. Realizing the master in the mirror. Now, when one is with a master, a spiritual teacher who's living in the state, and they're called a master to do with the Eastern traditions. Some people say it's the master of one's own mind, but for most people they didn't do it through any effort, it's just the mind just stopped. So they are not the master of it in that way. They haven't mastered it by hacking away at it and moulding it. It just happened to them. So it's not done through any effort. They haven't mastered it in the usual way that someone masters something. For me, the term is more of realizing the master consciousness, which is the one energy, the one being. Actually, in the Bhagavad Gita, the Hindu spiritual text, it talks all the way through about acknowledging and living in devotional service to the supreme personality which exists within oneself, which is also within every living thing. The one supreme personality. And actually that is to me the master consciousness, the master being. One realizes that as their own being, and it's in everything. So it's not to be the master of anything, it's just to realize one is the only one. That is to be the master. To me. But back to the mirror. When in the company of someone who's in this state, their mind should be quite still, and you should feel, depending on your own sensitivity, a stillness, a peace there. Now some will feel it and some won't. Again, it depends on your own sensitivity. And that is almost the two mirrors I'm going to talk about. If you liken each person to a mirror. Me a mirror, and you a mirror, let's say. Now you look at me, and actually my as a mirror is very clear. So what I'm reflecting back is the pure clarity, the master consciousness behind. My mirror is very clear, there's nothing in the way. But if you have lots of dirt on your mirror, which is to me emotional attachments, beliefs, worries, fears, unresolved issues, karma, got to be dealt with and stuff, so the mirror's quite dirty. As you're looking out, you're not totally clear. You have stuff in the way. Not in a negative way, everyone has it, don't worry. It's just the way to explain it. So you're looking out of your dirty mirror at my clean mirror. Now my clean master being, which is yourself, is trying to reflect your own master energy behind your own mirror. You, trying to reflect you back to you. And sometimes you can get that. You looking out through the dirt on your mirror, see my clear reflection and go straight back to yours, and there's enough space, enough clear bits on your mirror to, like a shard of light, connect with your own master consciousness, which is you, your own being. And it's like, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's like I felt the connection, a sense of being. It's fantastic. But do know that I'm not doing it, and no master's doing it. The master is the outside projection, the reflection, who's in that space himself, reflecting your own mastership, masterhood. I don't know what word that'll be. Master consciousness, back to you, enabling you to connect with that space inside you that you are. And the more you clear your mirror, either by naturally it just happens, or by dissolving the emotion which is obscuring it as I teach, you become clearer. Your mirror is becoming clearer and clearer. And so when you come in contact with someone like me, the energy is much stiller, much more intense, and yet you're already closer to it. So it takes you deeper into your own sense. It helps you clear some more of the emotion away. Not because I'm doing anything. My mirror is clear. I'm just helping you clear your mirror, so you become a clear mirror as well, for other people and for yourself. And this is the role of the master, just to be a mirror, and to be a clear mirror, reflecting back the truth, the being, to anybody else. But that's all they're doing. Because you are the one being. However amazing a master might be, however amazing outside this world must be, maybe, it comes from you in there, that being that you are. That is the one being. So yes, this is all outside you here, but it's only a reflection of your own being inside. It could be said there's nothing out here really. It all comes from inside there. That is the one being. This is all a projection of you, your own nature. So however amazing someone seems to be outside, be aware that it's you inside. That's where you're going inwards, realising that you are it, not them. They are there only to reflect back to you your own nature, so you can realise that and become that. Then you won't need them outside anymore, because you'll have it yourself. You'll be it. There'll be no doubt, no question. No one to follow, no need to ask any questions or ask. You will be it, the one being, because your mirror is clear. And that's all the spiritual life is. It's cleaning one's mirror. In some ways it's only the mirror from the outside perspective. You are cleaning your own psyche, like a screen, the glass of awareness, the filter over as you look out into the world. There's like a filter of emotion that interprets, that turns everything into something else, labels and criticizes and judges and connects with memories of the past and things about the future. It's all going on through this veil. And so when someone looks at you, they're looking through their own veil, their dirty window, if we call it that for now. And they're looking onto your glass, which for them is a reflection. And they see that's dirty as well. That's a dirty mirror. So they've got looking through their emotions to your emotions. And the pure master consciousness inside each of you, no one gets to see. No one knows it's there. Certainly no one acknowledges and talks from there. And if anyone ever does connect with it by mistake, oh, there's nothing there. Get rid of that quickly. It's just being. Why would you want to be that? But as you clear your own glass, you begin to see things clearer and simpler. See things as they really are. And then for other people, you're becoming a clearer mirror. And eventually it's crystal clear. I say that. There's always emotion here, because it keeps the whole thing going. But if one is living in the state, in the moment, through the mind having stilled and stopped enough, being aware enough, then the mirror's pretty clear. And having got to that state, let's say you line up a load of people living in the moment, living in this pure state. Let's say the mirror has a surround, and the nature of that surround will determine the personal characteristics and personality and history and appearance of that person, of that teacher, of that mirror. The inside mirror is all the same in all of them. Pure master consciousness with nice and clear. But around the outside it might be someone who's quite flamboyant, and you could say the mirror outside might be gold. Excuse me. One might be simple gold. One might be really flamboyant. Some might be covered on pictures. Some might be an old bit of wood full of woodworm and it's falling apart. And that, you might say, is a tramp living on the street who's got nothing. But his mirror could still be clear. He could still be in this pure state. Just the outside appearance isn't much. So again, do look at that when you're listening, if you do, to other teachers, other masters, if they're living in the state. Lots of people claim to be that, but if they're living in the state, when someone chooses a master, what they're choosing is the outside of the mirror. Whether they like the teacher's words, his background, his expressions, his clothes. And I even, after finally deciding I'm going to not have an issue with labelled clothes anymore, I actually had a friend's daughter take me out and show me what I should buy to be fashionable, and I put the pictures on my website, and within 2 days, I think it was, we had an email from someone saying I couldn't possibly follow someone with such effing awful fashion sense. That's a new one on me on how to choose a teacher, but there you go. That was some years ago now. But the outside the mirror is all when we're choosing, I don't like him because he wears those clothes, or he says that, or he's not talking about this, or he doesn't use those language, or he used that as an example, or he lives in that country and does that, or it's all just the outside of the mirror. And that's fine to choose a teacher there. It's got to speak to you, your own personal qualities and what you need, but it's the mirror which is where the stillness comes from. And that's all you're doing in this life. You're cleaning your own glass so you can see out clearly, and you're cleaning your own mirror for other people looking at you, so you're reflecting back to them their own nature, their own inner being. Thank you.